Great way to start the week. We are Cobblestone Creek for Sabres Live here on this day. And with Marty and the Amerks head coach, Michael Leone, I'm Brian Duff. And welcome. This is our first opportunity to sit down and enjoy your presence in your new role in this incredibly amazing year that it has been for you.
Yeah, it's been a unbelievable year for me. Obviously a crazy summer. You end your season, and then we have the USHL draft when I was in Green Bay, and then got a call in the summer from Kevin Adams. One thing led to another. Then I had the baby, and then phoned a way to make it to Dev Camp the last 2 days of that. So it's been really good. Then out here, really excited to get the season going. Starting to get that itch.
This is a lot of fun. Now it's misty and it rained a little bit this morning, but I have to commend you for picking the right color and the right team right away. Team blue.
Oh yeah,
that's the way. Duffer's in team red, people. So he's the enemy today, but team blue is the way to go. So. Yes, this is a great event. Usually a lot of alumni, a lot of people from the organization, and the course is just fantastic. It's beautiful out here. So I haven't swung the clubs yet. How was, because I got here, prepared for the show, and then I'll go back on the course.
Bragger.
You've been out. I know, seriously. You've been out there. How's the golf game?
You know what, it used to be, I was really competitive growing up. Now I hit the first one in the fairway, so I was happy. But it's a beautiful course.
Yeah.
Not
the
a
greens
lot
are tough.
Tough. Not
really
a lot of roll
tough.
out there.
No.
Just divot, and then, but really nice course. Excited to be here.
You don't want to be spraying it because there's some big houses around the
Oh,
course,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
it feels like it would cost a lot to replace the window.
I
or
saw
something.
a couple.
Yeah, unfortunately, we heard that noise behind us
Oh.
on the very first hole today. We're like, uh-oh.
Last year, one of the guy I played with hit it on a balcony that was under construction, and the man and husband and wife were there with the contractors, like looking over plans, and he walked over there to pick his ball, and they're like, maybe we want to add a net on this side because that's where the balls are coming from. So
Wow.
yeah.
It is a beautiful place. We're always grateful to be here, and especially amidst the Amerks alumni, because it's just not unlike our Sabres alumni group.
Yes.
It just features so many people that have chosen to put their roots down here well after their careers have ended. So it's a treat in that sense. And I'm wondering, for you, Michael, like, what does it feel like when you're walking into that? I mean, everybody's journey through hockey is different. I'm wondering what a day like today presents for you amidst the job that you're walking
Yeah,
into.
for me, I didn't know what to expect coming to an alumni golf outing, but then you meet people and you talk about the guys that have played in the 60s and Don Cherry and Tortorella, and just how many people are invested in the community and a part of the booster club that's been here for 25, 30 years, and the sense of community.
50, 60,
yeah.
Day, I remember.
And they're in the Amerks Hall of Fame as well. I mean, that's the
it's just the sense of community and how passionate people are, the Amerks, and just great to be here.
So when you're getting up in the middle of the night, if you're getting up in the middle of the night for a feeding with the new baby or whatever, do you have the whiteboard with your lineup and moving pieces? And I know Duffer has his own lineup. Duffer's an assistant coach with the Amerks, everybody. But is this a time where sometimes you're like,
I usually have the laptop and then a HDMI, and then the baby's over here, and then I'm cutting clips and but there's not a lot of. My wife's a trooper, so I have my schedule's usually early in the morning. She's a night owl, and then I'll get up early and always doing something with hockey, talking to Paige or Vinny about the lineup, practice, things like that. So exciting time.
This may sound odd, but is there, going into this job compared to past ones, what's different for you now in your day-to-day?
You know what? The summer has been – I can get used to the summer, because when I was in Green Bay, I was a GM, so I had to put together the team. I had international transfers, the schedule. Now I told my wife, I'm like, am I doing everything okay? Because I haven't got calls. I'm not busy. I'm much more, Jason's but it's more – if you look at the lineup, our lineup, there's some kids we had older in Green Bay, to be honest with you. Half our team is older than some of the kids we have now. So that part is the same with the league is a lot younger, especially with the Amerks being a really young lineup, some veterans. But that is the same, but the summers are definitely a lot more relaxed.
How many players did you have on the roster in Green Bay? And looking at what the roster could be here in Rochester, there's a lot of bodies. There's a lot of options. So what's the what was the number on the roster in Green Bay, and now like what you're looking at your number?
Yeah, so in Green Bay it was about 23. Most teams carry 25. I like to go younger. It was just less amount
Smaller,
of
yeah.
kids, so there's not as many guys out of the lineup, and then injuries. There's some nights we would go 10-6 with injuries, and I like that to get the kids more playing time. But this is just a little different. The depth, having forwards, defensemen, so that aspect of it is different.
Right, and the competition will be pretty intense, and you
Yep.
obviously have an affiliate in Jacksonville where, those that don't stick with Rochester here right at the start will ultimately end up there. I mean, I presented you with my kind of first draft, maybe second draft, this summer of what the Amerks could look like. It is incredibly deep.
Yeah.
What excites you most about, because again, now you're almost at the point where the Kuliks and the Roseans of the world, if they don't make the Sabres, they
veterans.
almost fit
Yeah.
into your veteran mode here.
Yeah, I think if you look at the lineup, anytime there is inner competition, when the depth, I think that's where development happens the most, where guys are fighting for lineup positions, whether you're on the first line, third line. I think that's really important to have, and we have that for sure in Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
Speed. One of the things that the Sabres put emphasis on in the offseason was speed through the lineup, right?
Yeah.
They added a ton of speedy guys, maybe not top six forwards, but even bottom six, and create speed. What is the speed like with that lineup and the way that you like to coach? Because it looks like you've got a lot of speed, especially when it comes to the forwards.
Yeah, I think with the game now, you see it's so fast. I think you need to have speed in your lineup, and also the competitiveness throughout the lineup, and you want guys to play a certain way. My philosophy, whether it was at the national program to Green Bay, was smart, hard, and fast. I think you play the game smart, but also guys that could think the game, predictable hockey. I think that's what leads to successful teams, and that's how we want to play in Rochester.
Have you painted that in the locker room yet?
I'm going through it with the staff right now to talk to them about certain things. Not changed too much. Obviously, Seth has done
I was going to say, what Seth-isms are we taking off the wall?
Yeah. I get a lot on his hair. He got similar hair. But Seth is, what he's done in Rochester the last 3 years. And, my job is to come in and make the transition as smooth as possible. I think that we have a lot of the same philosophies in how to practice and how we want to play. And then every coach is different. You have your own philosophy, and he's great. I talked to him on the way in.
Would you agree that when you speak to some of the things that Seth has done or has likely done, that those are validated when you see guys like Brendan Warren still here, Slaggert still here, Prow coming back? Is that
I think
because it's not easy for the Brendan Warrens of the world? He's never been given a spot. He works his tail off, but he keeps coming back here, and I think that to me is like, wow, like there has to be something you're coming back.
Yeah, and Brett,
here too.
another one, the transition, and then talking to guys in the summer, talking to Jason and the staff of how many guys wanted to come back to Rochester. Never talked about where they're going to be in the lineup. They just want to be in Rochester because the sense of community and what Seth has done. And, I'm reaping the benefits of having these guys in the locker room coming back to start the season.
Yeah, and unlike your past job, you actually probably have some married kids now. Brett just got married, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, so you're going to have even more mature conversations with these guys.
More curfew checks and calling billets or this guy hasn't come home yet. A little different.
What about buses? Because I mean, when you're in Green Bay, you guys bus a lot.
Oh yeah, bus.
You guys bus a ton.
I'm used to the bus.
So what's the bus trip like for you? Are you a movie guy? Are you a TV show guy? Don Stevens is sitting over there, and he's coming up at the bottom of the hour, by the way. And I was the Blockbuster guy that had to go get the VHS and pick the movies. And Donnie would literally be mad at me if I picked the wrong movie. But now everybody can watch whatever they want. What's your
now I'm a Netflix guy, movie guy, throwback movies like Major League for the young kids, because the young kids in junior hockey have no idea about the Major League. So our staff would put that up, and they would they would love it. So I have big movies.
White balls and
yeah. Even slap shot. Some of the kids had no idea what we were talking about, so we would throw it. Youngstown is 14 hours away, so we watch a bunch of movies. So I'm used to the bus trips in the USHL.
Amazing.
They'll be a lot shorter now.
Yeah.
You know, that's good. Like the travel is still the AHL travel. You play on Friday night.
For
You
sure.
got to travel, and then you got to play again on Saturday. And
Yeah.
I'm used
3-3.
I'm used to the 3-3s.
Oh, you guys did that a lot.
Oh man, the second half of the year was, I think we had 5 in the last 3 months.
Okay.
Just with the Packers schedule, you know, after that we played a lot more home games when the Packers were done.
What, because we don't know everything about your background as, playing the game and then into coaching. So, like, because of assuming your background, what excites you most when you look at, like, this list? Like, are you a forward thinker? Are you a defense thinker? Do you look at the potential number of goalies, and we talk about it all the time because we don't know what's going to happen with Levi and Reimer and how that might shake down here and how it affects your team?
Yeah, it's when I look at this, I think of my background, whether it's at the national program, USHL. I was fortunate to be around Artem Levshunov, Julian Lutz, where I think now you got to score and you see a lot of offense on the the lineup sheet that you have right here, but also there comes with you want to guys play winning hockey, and I think going along with what Seth did, he got guys to buy into playing winning hockey, and it was about the team. But when you look at the lineup, the skill, the youthfulness, being around kids at the national program in Green Bay, this is my comfort zone. I've been around kids like this, so it's exciting for me.
So you mentioned Detroit in your past, and then Green Bay. So the Lions, the Packers, the Bills season. They've got 2 preseason games. And maybe we talked about that when we first had you on, but have the Bills and the Bills Mafia kind of drawn you in a little bit, or where does that transition like for you?
No, I'm a sports junkie. So I had Josh Allen on my fantasy team. So I'm a big.
Yeah, you mentioned
I
that,
like McDermott. I'm a big Bills fan.
Yeah.
And so I was into the Bills Mafia. So
Saturday when you saw that Josh wasn't playing against the Steelers because it was
Right, yeah,
monsoon,
keep him healthy.
Keep him healthy. You were happy about that.
Yeah, I was happy. Keep him healthy.
Okay, now
I wanted to see Josh, but I don't have him on my team. So.
I don't know how many of Marty's Olympic minutes you were able to catch in the last month here on Sabres Live. Did you find yourself watching the Olympics?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
I did. Yeah, track and field, the swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially in the morning, right? Because you're morning with the baby, and now you put it all on. So that's the way to
Biles,
do it.
watching that.
Yeah, that was really cool.
If you were an Olympian, what would your discipline be?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. That's a good question. I was maybe the golf.
Yeah, okay.
Golf.
Yeah, because
That turned out to be a heck of a finish. Oh my gosh.
that was awesome.
obviously the guy that has been dominating.
Or did you
PGA.
see the guys, the shooter guy?
The shooter,
the chill
the
guy,
Norwegian guy that was
yeah.
just chill. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Would not have been a break dancer for sure.
No,
for me.
no.
No chance next games either.
There's
so.
no chance next game. I find myself watching sports that I'd never have watched before.
Yeah.
Like the velodrome, the team pursuit stuff, and they go around, and it's so exciting to watch, and how they work together. The rugby and the women's rugby 7, the Team USA this year was so fun to watch.
Awesome.
Those are things I watch, and then I brought it out on Olympic Minutes every time we wrap up the show Sabres Live.
Yeah, or the divers. Like, that's crazy.
Wow, yeah.
I didn't realize. So I watched the divers, and they all have the massive shoulders and the trapeze, and they're so strong. And I asked, I was sitting with my daughters, I'm like, I don't know why they need to be so strong upper body. And my girls are like, because when they hit the water, they have to be so strong to hold their pose so that they absorb everything. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense. I'm only 47 years old, and I didn't know that. So
U-Haul.
yeah, I know exactly. Things that come up sometimes. So that was the same daughter, by the way.
Speaking of, did you get moved? Everything? Are you in the process?
No,
still,
not yet. So the family's going to stay back. The kids go to a good school. So I got
You're going to be part of the ranch, guys. They're going to be
No, they don't have that anymore.
You
We
don't
tried
like
to
the-
get in.
How much
yeah.
did the ranch sell for? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, I heard about the ranch. We were trying, but it just didn't work out.
Lost too many members, I guess.
Yeah. So there's a little extended stay I got. So
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So you're
close to the rink.
Perfect.
That's the way. That's the way. You
Close
want
to the
be in and
rink.
out. You
Yeah,
guys
I
spend
heard
so
it.
much time at
Oh,
the
you're
rink.
at
Like
the rink.
coaches back in my days, like Randy Cunningworth, which I saw, great teammate of mine and great coach here in Brian McCutcheon. Like they'd be at the rink, but it wouldn't be the amount of time. Like
No.
what time do you get to the rink at?
I'm an early guy, so I get there probably 6:30.
And then if it's just a practice day, How long do you stay after practice?
It depends, like 4 or 5, 6
4 or 5
o'clock,
o'clock.
depending
So
on what you're doing the next day. But I've always been that way. I'm kind of like a rink rat. So even when I played, I was always there all day. I loved it. And then the way Rochester's set up, it's awesome.
Yeah.
They've got the basement and the coach's office, so your interaction with the players. I mean, you have your offices up top, but talking to Seth, it's all right there. You're right in the mix with all the guys.
Game day, do you stay the whole day? Or do
No,
you
I
go?
usually go home, get a lunch somewhere, usually, creature of habit, same spots.
Now you gotta, because of, well, maybe you're gonna have more flexibility with your goalies, but over the past few years they've had to go to lunch to recruit goaltenders because
Yeah,
they've had
I know,
issues, right?
I
They had
know.
a server, one of their server.
Yeah, I
backed
heard
up
about
one day.
that.
So you make sure you get
Yeah,
your contacts out there with people.
Emergency backup.
You feel like you've been a good goalie coach? You have good relations with your goalies over the years?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Last year we had Adam Guyan, obviously really
Okay, yeah.
talented prospect. So yeah, it's an important position.
Yeah.
Do you talk to them or do you let your goalie coach talk
Goalie
to them?
coach, they speak their own language. Just I lean on them on starts and things
I'll
like
help
that.
you if you want to
Yeah,
learn the
yeah.
language. I'll help you. You just text me. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
He gets jealous that I have too much input on the Amerks, so he needs to
Yeah,
work
okay.
his
No,
way.
that's okay. I love that you have all that input. You do your homework.
Yeah, more
I
the
love it.
goalie thing is
Yeah.
kind of that's their own lane. Stay with.
Yeah.
Seamus.
Yeah.
we
That's your
do.
thing.
Well, thanks for taking the center lane here on the show
Yeah,
today.
no,
really
thanks a lot.
appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with everything. Obviously,
Hey,
we'll
it's
be,
not raining as much, so now you'll be fine. It's
British
windy.
Open
though, so-
conditions.
Yeah, hit them well. Hopefully you find the winner's circle here at the end of this one. We're at the Amerks Alumni Tournament. That's Michael Leone, head coach of the Amerks.